What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pleeka. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're talking about The Flash, Season 4, Episode 16, Run, Iris, Run.
You know what makes a great speedster? It's being the light when the world grows dark.
I lost my speed.
Guys, I think I found it. Iris is a speedster now.
I'll take it from here.
It's my turn to do what you've been doing.
All right, a monitor from here then. Other monitor. Wow, it's super annoying.
The Flash, all new this Tuesday at
But alright, so the episode starts off with Harry making an intelligence booster, and
So I thought you were going to say Harry met Sally.
nah, that's a different episode. But then everybody kind of gets mad at him for making an intelligence booster. Like, half the team wants, half the team doesn't want it. Cisco definitely doesn't want it. And then Ralph kind of gets all butthurt that none of them are. He's like, oh, you guys finally got a way to beat Devoe, and no one's going to do it, huh? I'm going to go back to my room.
You know what I think happened?
What?
That guy that was like, that took Barry's power and like switched it with Iris.
Uh-huh.
I think he took Iris' annoyingness and switched it with
Ralph? Yeah, Ralph was kind of a little bitch this episode.
Yeah.
I didn't like him too much at all.
No, but and then at the end he changed and then...
Yeah, I did like him in that scene with Harry when he was eating. He's like, it's really good. And Harry's like, oh, is it?
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. But I got Ralph gets mad. The team doesn't use the intelligence booster. And then a metahuman robbing a bank gets his power swapped with one of the hostages. Which, you think... like, I was actually surprised, this is going ahead a little bit, that guy didn't know that he was swapping people's powers. So all along, he thought he was just taking people's powers and they were disappearing.
Yeah.
Because like, it seemed like he knew what he was doing and like he's trying to be a good guy. And he did that and he clearly touched the other guy.
It would be hard to be a good guy to be like, taking your power. I'm going to give it to you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how do you decide?
Well, and like it's very, I don't know, that seems like a very, very specific metahuman ability.
Slightly.
Like I don't know, it's very odd. And I didn't look him up, but that actor who played Melting Pot looked very familiar.
Yeah, he did look familiar.
I'll probably look him up after this. Maybe I'll put his name in the video. Maybe I won't. So Ralph helps Harry with the intelligence booster. That was a real funny scene. And I kind of like that Harry is like doing that. He's actually smarter. Kind of gives him more things to do.
I feel like he should be the smartest guy.
Yeah, 100%. I liked too that he got the idea to do the whole intelligence booster. Even though I said this is getting kind of annoying, because he saw a picture of the Reverse Flash, and he's like, "Oh, he's just like Eobard or whatever."
Yeah.
And like, so he got the idea. Well, I'm look just like him, and get to be smarter.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Although the only thing is, we haven't seen. Do you think that the Thinker thought of him doing this?
It's almost a tongue twister.
I know, but do you think he has possibly?
I mean, he easily could have.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see. I mean,
but now he's trying to beat him in his own game.
what's weird now is they call this the intelligence booster. So is this still not? And that's like it's just didn't work. Like the Saboteur is wrong. But remember they brought up the cerebral inhibitor.
Yeah.
And this is where we came up with it and all that. And then he was even calling it the cerebral inhibitor to Jesse, I think.
Yeah, but
So
did the Saboteur say that's how we took it down, or that's where we came up with
That's
it?
where we came up with it. But
That
they
doesn't necessarily mean...
yeah, but they also didn't do it in that room. Still.
Uh,
So I don't know if that's just like a time changed or whatever, but I thought it was they were gonna change the name to the cerebral inhibitor by the end, but they didn't really.
but it's not... See, but those are two different devices.
Yeah, I know. It just reminded me of his devices because he's always changing it. So Iris and Joe go to the hospital to interrogate the metahuman who swaps DNA. Joe alerts Barry that the metahuman swaps Barry and Iris's DNA. That was pretty interesting. I mean, we all knew that from the trailers, but
Yeah.
Barry tries to run after him, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I don't have powers."
Yeah, it was kind of funny at first.
Yeah.
Because he started to run, and then
And then she's like,
and then you made a joke about her jerking off.
"Yeah," I said, "I wonder how fast she could jerk off Barry," which answers probably pretty fast.
Wow.
Barry trains Iris, and then probably 10 seconds after he said, "Oh wow, he's not upset about it," he gets upset about not having his powers.
Yeah.
Which I mean, we all
He
saw
was
that coming.
upset about other stuff too.
Yeah,
He was having a bad day.
the only thing that happens to him like once a season, so like you think he'd be kind of used to it by now, like
Yeah, but he doesn't know what
breaks
season it is. He thinks it's like fall, it's spring.
whatever. There's a fire in a building, and Iris goes to save everybody, then gets pinned under a beam that fell down from the building, and they're like, "No, you have to
Phase out
you have
of
to
it.
phase out of it," or whatever it's called. I don't know if it's phasing. Yeah, it is phase. And for a second there, I thought they were going to have her learn that super quick. And I was like, you dedicated a whole episode to this last season, and Wally couldn't figure it out until at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
But then Cisco just breached in there and saved her, which I liked. Because I thought it would have been kind
I
of
did
stupid
have a
if she
question
just
about
learned
that.
it. What?
How'd he get the beam off her?
Oh, Cisco's really strong all of a sudden. He could have technically, I guess, got there and maybe shot it underneath her, so then she just fell through. I don't know. They didn't show that on purpose, I'm guessing.
Oh, okay. I just thought about it. I'm like, well,
No, I
how did
thought
he
I
grab
thought
her?
of that same exact thing, and I was like, oh, Cisco's really strong, huh?
Yeah.
Where was I? Oh yeah, Cisco helps her. So then Cisco decides to finally help Harry build the intelligence booster, which I was happy with. I kind of saw it coming. Every time Cisco's like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Usually by the end, he's on the side of
I
I'm gonna
thought
do it.
one of his, like, he like two things that he had to do to
Yeah, he had-
help him. I thought one of them was going to be calling her the thinking cap.
Oh,
And then when he said the second one, he phased me back to Earth too. I didn't expect that.
that's funny. So then Iris, she finally talks about being a reporter, how she used to throw herself out in front of danger. Now she just kind of hides in Star Labs and is in charge of the team. Which I kind of like that they started bringing that up because like it was getting a little weird that because like most of the season, a lot of the plot points down to, oh, did the paper change? No, Iris still wrote the paper. Like that was the biggest plot of last season.
Yeah.
And then she hasn't been a reporter in like 2 years.
But that doesn't mean that she can't become a reporter.
Yeah,
again,
it would just be weird that
obviously.
she quit her job and then like 5-6 years later starts it again and becomes like a headline reporter.
Yeah,
But-
especially because there's probably not even gonna be a newspaper in the future.
Yeah, so I'm glad they brought that up. But then, so Starlabs gets an alert of the location of the bank robber, and then the melting pot is there as well. Iris soups up.
Soup's up.
She eats some soup, and she goes after them. And it's kind of there was a lot of little references, including this of like the pilot episode. Like she had the scene on the treadmill where she fell back into the
Well,
boxes.
because she had for the first time.
Yeah.
That's what you do when you're Flash. You run
They
in
might
the
have even done
box.
that for Wally. I can't remember.
Yeah, I feel like they did, but, I
But-
could be wrong.
So then the thing, I can't think of the guy's. I don't think they gave the guy a name. Did they give the fire dude a name?
I think it was Fire Dude.
Maybe, yeah. They gave melting pot one, but I don't know about the fire dude.
I
So
don't think
fire
so.
dude starts spinning up like a tornado, kind of like Weather Wizard, and they tell her, "Oh, just spin around it," but she's like, "I can't." So then Harry puts on the little thinking cap, gets the idea to go and make a wave and knock him out and do that. And Iris saves the day by doing that.
Looking like Mace Windu on water.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they chose to have her purple lightning. I mean, it looked very cool. Don't
Yeah,
get me
no,
wrong.
I like the purple lightning.
But I felt, but like, if you think about it, it doesn't make any sense because it's Barry's DNA. Like, if something happened to make her a speedster, I'd say, okay, she's got her own color or
Do you
whatever.
think he told her to be humble?
No. But, like, it should have been same color as Barry if it's his power. Like, that would make sense. Like, if you think about it in the crossover last year with Supergirl, when, I can't think of the guy's name, the Music Meister, when he took Wally's powers, he had the same, like, color speed as Wally, like lightning. So you think it'd be kind of similar, but
I don't ever
but
pay
I don't know.
attention to the color. Like you had to like I remember when I first watched it, like you were like, let's see how zooms is like blue or whatever.
Yeah, but like that's means he's faster. Well, because in the comics it's a big deal. Like the color of your lightning is how fast you are.
Well, you know, in Star Wars, the color of your lightsaber
It means how cool you are.
Yeah, and he picked purple.
Yeah,
so
I
there you
just
go.
thought it was because the only other person we've seen with purple is the Earth 19, I believe, maybe 18. That speeds for stuff for like 10 seconds last season with
Yeah. I don't
what's her
even
face? Can't think of her name, but Gypsy. So yeah, she where is it? I lost where I was. She
That was not English.
She finds the location of the bank robber, stops him, blah, blah, blah. So then Harry, I already discussed that. They bring the melting pot back to Star Labs, and they fix Flash and Iris. And then they ask the melting pot if he wants to join Team Flash into stopping DeVoe. Which, again, kind of, a lot of stuff in this episode was predictable, but it was still pretty entertaining.
Yeah, like it wasn't a bad episode, but yeah, I mean, like we knew like at the end that he was just gonna flip him.
Yeah, so do you think that's going to end well with him working with
No.
them, or do you think DeVoe's going to get him?
I think he'll get him and try to take Flash's power and give it to himself.
Yeah, I feel like that's his end goal, which is weird because I felt like he had multiple chances to like become Flash this season.
He's a very lazy bad guy because he hasn't been in like 3 episodes. Now.
Yeah, so
No,
that
I don't even know if that's true, but like it
he
just
hasn't been in
feels
a
like-
while. Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, so I don't know. I still don't know his plan. I don't know. It's kind of
he's
weird.
like the opposite of Richard Dragon. He was in the beginning.
Yeah, now he's not in it
Yeah.
much. So then Iris decides she's gonna become a reporter again, which as again I brought up earlier. I like she's starting to write her blog all over again. And then Harry uses the intelligence booster and finds the last 2 bus metahumans.
Which how did he do that?
I thought, because like just because you're smart doesn't mean you know people's names all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean,
So I thought that was kind of. But I mean, DeVoe does the same shit. So
Yeah,
like,
no,
so
for
like,
sure.
But maybe it's just metahuman. I don't know. But I thought that was kind of interesting that he knew that, and I wonder if I really do wonder if DeVoe thought of Harry being smart like this, or if this is gonna be another thing where I was like, fucking told you, they're doing things you're not expecting. And he's like,
Yeah.
well, I'm busy roofing you and trying to make you still love me.
Could be.
Because he is very off. It seems like the more bodies he get, the dumber he gets, kind of.
Well, yeah, and I mean that's gotta be like having all that shit inside you. It's gotta take its toll.
Yeah.
You know.
So then we also learned at the end of this episode and from Twitter that Flash doesn't return until April 10th. It was just kind of disappointing. And then Arrow's on a week before. I believe it's March 28th, maybe 29th. 29th.
Ninth.
Yeah, which is kind of a bummer because they keep going on break. But Black Lightning's still on, so we're doing reviews of that up until that's gone. But anything else you want to say about this episode?
No, it was. I mean, nothing really happened this episode except
Yeah,
for
it was a major just filler episode.
Except
for getting another bus metahuman.
and him thinking of the thinking.
Yeah, like there was
what-
little plot points, but other than that, nothing major happened in it.
if they literally could have cut out all of the Iris and Barry shit and then been like, okay, you found this, and then moved
Yeah.
on with it. But I
It
get
maybe would have almost been a better
But
episode.
that's why I would call it a filler episode. I
Yeah.
don't know. I like. It was hard to take Iris seriously because you knew she was gonna have the powers at the end, anyways.
Yeah.
So I
that's-
mean, part of me wants to go, that's stupid. She got powers, but on the other hand, like, who cares? It's
Yeah,
fucking,
it-
they're gone already.
it was cool for an episode. If it would have lasted any longer than that, I felt like it would have been real dumb.
Although
But-
they did use her better than they used Wally.
Yeah, in one episode, which
Yeah.
is I'm glad he's on Legends. He's actually the best part of Legends right now. I really like the season with him in it so far.
You said that. It makes me wonder how good Legends is.
Well, Legends is usually okay. So now that they have a character I really like on it, and they're actually writing him and using him well, it makes the show good. So like before, I'd be like, oh, I'll watch Legends. Oh, that was okay. But now it's like, oh, I'm actually excited to watch the show.
I'll have to take your word for that. You
Yeah.
also like Walking Dead, so who knows?
Actually, no. The last 2 episodes have been pretty shitty. They're back to boring episodes again. After their premieres, it kind of simmers down a bit.
That's weird. They've never done that before.
But all right, so that's it for our Flash review this week. Go check out our Black Lightning review. Go check out our Black Lightning review we did tonight as well. And we'll see you guys
Yeah.
next week for Black Lightning.